Yo, what's poppin'? People, your boy Snacks is back in the building, damn it. Y'all know what time it is. We back up in here. And we dropped the one yesterday. We might drop 2 to 3 today. We're gonna get caught up on every time I get on this mic. We're gonna get caught up with all the drama that has taken place. And especially since the Cleveland Browns have turned the Cleveland media is starting to turn on Todd Monken. They're acting as if Todd Monken is not going to last. We already know that they didn't want Todd Monken as head coach. They wanted Jim Harbaugh for some damn reason. And then they didn't like the idea of having a much younger head coach that didn't have that much experience. And then the Cleveland Browns landed on head coach Todd Monken. And it seems that the Cleveland media has never taken a liking to Todd Monken or the fact that Shedeur Sanders is going to be QB1 or the fact that Deshaun Watson is even going to be a part of this quarterback room. As I've told you many times before, the Cleveland Browns do not like Shedeur Sanders and don't think that the idea of Shedeur Sanders being QB1 will give them any chance of being any better than they have been in the last 25 years. But they absolutely hate the idea that Deshaun Watson could be quarterback one or is even a part of this quarterback room. And we've talked before, the Cleveland media is and has been abundantly passing this quarterback job out to anybody and everybody. Anybody that wants it, anybody that is available to take it. J.J. McCarthy, Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson, anybody. They don't care. But instead of their first former HBCU quarterback to reach the Pro Bowl since Steve A. McNair, Shedeur Sanders, since their Pro Bowl quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, is the most viable option that they have. They don't even like that. But we're going to get into it. Let's talk about it. Now, coming up toward the end of free agency, and we're getting ready for the draft, and we are heading toward pro days and players making their mark. The Cleveland Browns media has been super hyperbolic about Todd Monken being the head coach. Now we're on the fact of Todd Monken is not going to last the year. Todd Monken is not going to last until the new stadium is built. Hence, Daryl Ruiter on Friday saying these things about Todd Monken. Now, Todd Monken has only been in the building a few months. You want to learn how to lose access to the inside of the building, to the players, to the staff. You want to learn how not to be appreciated by your peers and the people that you have to work with daily. You want to learn how not to get the information that you want to have to be able to report to your fans. This is how you do it. Daryl Ruiter, ladies and gentlemen.
Of that, I don't see him being here.
Really?
I don't see Todd Monken being the head coach when they open that.
Boy, I was
stadium.
calling you Mr. Positive. All of a sudden, I don't know if that's Mr. Positive. That's 3 years from now, Daryl.
I don't think he gets to a fourth season.
Why not?
I just think that his job right now is to put this thing back together. And if he does win, then yes. But I'm not convinced that they're going to win at the level that will prompt them to stay the course. They thought they should have won 7 or 8 games this past year while scoring less than 17 points a game. Think about that for a second. They couldn't score 17 points per game, and they thought that they were a 7 or 8 win team.
Well, they won 5.
But I know, but
they should have beat Tennessee, and they should have beat the Jets.
Right. You lost to 2 winless teams at the time, right? You let Carson Wentz walk you down the field in London, okay, in the final couple minutes of that game, and blew that one. So now, I disagree with their premise. I think they're a 5-win team, and they're miles away. But they feel, hey, should have won 7, 8 games last season. So I kind of feel like that is the bar for Todd Monken this year. Go win those games this year that Kevin couldn't last year. That's the step forward.
And then what's the next step after that?
And then the next step after that would be next year, okay, get beyond 7, 8 games. You got to win 9, maybe 10.
Now, the biggest problem with that is that your expectations for Todd Monken is completely
there if they're
over
lucky.
the top. And what a lot of Cleveland media does is put their expectations onto the team, not knowing that the team doesn't have the same expectations as you do as a fan. Cleveland media has the assumption that they know what they're talking about, that they are correct. Yet and still, the Cleveland media has been trying to put a new quarterback in this quarterback room since the season ended. And yet and still, there is no quarterback in this quarterback room. Hence, Cleveland media, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Stop making assumptions. That's why this fan base is so doggone confused, because y'all keep telling them what you know that they are going to do, and the Cleveland Browns do the exact opposite. Daryl Ruiter, Nick, what's that guy, Anthony in the morning with Ken, freaking Zach Jackson. Zach Jackson was so adamant that they were going to trade or pick up another quarterback. He even died on the Anthony Richardson hill, that the Browns are going to trade or sign Anthony Richardson. No, the hell they're not. The Browns have told you over and over and over and over and over again, Shedeur, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel. That's our quarterback room. That's it. You might not like it, but that's what it is. Now they are hoping and praying that the Browns draft the quarterback. Lord, please let them draft the quarterback. We got Ty Simpson. Lord, whatever you do, let them draft Ty Simpson. They might draft Ty Simpson, but it will be the 5th or the 6th round. They will not be drafting the quarterback early in these rounds.
Half the coaches hired this last cycle aren't going to be there. If they're lucky, half the coaches won't be there by the time we get to Brook Park.
We just had 10 new coaches hired this offseason.
And I do think Daryl's erring on the side of the Browns aren't the best run organization. I don't think he was fair to Todd Monken, though. I think you have to understand every coach is different. And I think it's easy and maybe a little low-hanging fruit to kind of throw that out there for Todd Monken when we haven't seen anything yet.
There's just way too many variables at play to even start to have the convo. I saw the path with Robert Mays. I really did. Like, there is a path out there that exists that after one season, Todd Monken is just gone and that's it. And that path, it would be built around the idea that in 2027, they're lined up to take this new quarterback. Maybe Andrew Berry's also out of the mix as well. New GM in there, and they want a brand new head coach because all of a sudden they're in line to take Arch Manning, and the positioning is right for basically a big whale of a head coach to go ahead and step in there and do it. But there's a lot that has to happen for that to play out that way.
Yeah, like when we get back to that idea of probability, everybody talks about could it happen. On a vacuum, almost anything can happen. I think the things that would have to happen for Todd Monken to be a one-and-done candidate are very far-fetched at this point.
I don't think Todd Monken is a one-and-done head coach. Todd Monken is a very, very capable head coach. Todd Monken is just not doing the things that you guys want him to do and the way you want it done. You think that he should get another quarterback, and he thinks not. But this is a surefire way to lose all of your credibility as a reporter, as a commentator, as a guy that talks the Cleveland Browns. I don't see how the Cleveland Browns fan base can trust anything most of these guys say on the radio. And I haven't gotten even into the Phelps guys. They are just over the top bananas with the way they spit out things. But hey, y'all think so? Let's go. It just gets tricky.
The Cleveland Browns, I think, are in a position where I agree with your assessment that this is not the year. You're not going to go like make a Super Bowl run right now. Ideally, you'd like much better quarterback play. And so you can maximize what Myles Garrett's bringing to the table on defense. But I think we got to ride this out. We used 2 picks last year, even though they weren't high picks on quarterbacks. So now we just got to kind of play with what we have here. Unless somebody falls to us in like a later round, take another dart throw in the 3rd or later. If that presents itself, fine. But I don't know that it makes much sense to put 3 quarterbacks in their first 2 years in the same quarterback room. But like, darts at a dartboard, I suppose. But I kind of think you give Shedeur, and I am actually leaving Deshaun out of the conversation. I'm going Shedeur and Dylan in some combination of that next year. You start with Shedeur. If that doesn't work out, maybe you go back to Dylan. Whatever, you get through the season, and now you either get an answer that's good about one of them. One of them, starts to show signs that like Tyler Shuck did in New Orleans, not part of the plan necessarily, but they were like, oh, hey, maybe we change our plan because maybe we don't have to make quarterback a priority at the moment because he's good enough. Put people around him. I think that you could end up in that situation if you're Cleveland, ideally, if Shedeur or Dylan or somebody emerges this season. And then if not, then you draft a quarterback next year in a year where there are better options and more options.
And just like that, just like I keep telling you, they don't like Shedeur as the quarterback, but they hate, and I mean absolutely hate, the idea of Deshaun Watson quarterbacking this team. Did you hear what she said? We're just gonna leave Deshaun out of this because we don't even want to talk about him being a quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. They hate Deshaun Watson. Every person that reports on the Cleveland Browns in the Cleveland media hates Deshaun Watson with a passion. And Deshaun Watson has done absolutely nothing to nobody in this area, but tried to be a football player. But they hate Deshaun Watson because he got paid a lot of money. That ain't his fault. He was supposed to get paid a lot of money because when they went and got him, he was one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. So yes, you pay him a lot of money. But to the Cleveland media, let it go. This is what you are stuck with. And I do say stuck because you don't like the fact that Shedeur is here, Deshaun is here, and y'all just don't even talk about this. But anyway, man, it's a shame. It's a horrible shame. But y'all do what y'all will with it. You know what to do for me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and do not forget to turn your post notification bell on and hit that little star down there at the bottom and hype your boy up. We're going to get back into it, man. We got some Leonard Fournette stuff coming because I know y'all been on it. My bad. I'll jump on it. I'll get it to you. I really didn't want to touch that topic because we all know Kevin Stefanski's a bad quarterback, dog. Why? I don't know why they try to defend him in the Cleveland media, but we'll light their ass up. I ain't got no problem with it. I'll do it for you. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll be back with another one. I'm going to holler at y'all. I'm out of here. Peace out.